嗨，大家好，我们现在要画黑板粉笔画。Hi everyone, this is the answer. 这里是安思手绘。we are going to draw a chalkboard drawing of animal today. 我们要画黑板粉笔画动物。先跟各位打一声招呼，我们很快就要开始。我们今天画的呢是左下角的这一只老鹰。我们来看我们老鹰怎么定位啊？构图。1、2、1、2。好，我们来看一下，我们来看一看啊。后脑袋稍微长一点，但是我们来看一下。好，这是我们谢谢 ，Thank you for your support, Nick. Oh, great to see you again. See, right, this one. Thank you. This is a llama. Llama is a kind of goat and a camel. They found that it's very popular, I think, in the southern America. Okay, it's so furry. It's so, you're so cute, I think. So that I did just probably the day before yesterday, last sessions. So I'm going to erase it and I'm going to draw a new one, an eagle today, right here. So it's a totally different animal, right? This and this, right? This eagle will probably attack llama. Okay. All right, no matter what, they are all animals, so we're going to draw them. Yeah, right. You see the brick. Okay, so sharp. All right, so I'm gonna to erase this one, and we're gonna to draw a new one. So, without further delay, we are going to do our work today. Right, let me move this a little bit back. So, I hope you can see it. All right. Is this good? Everybody can see this? So, okay. Now, I'm going to turn on my monitor so I know what I'm doing. Because my studio, I am the only one in my studio. So I have to make everything right for me. Okay, so everyone see that? All right. Okay, so we're gonna erase this one, and then we'll draw the eagle today. 我们今天画老鹰。Okay, she's so beautiful. Oh, even though it's so real. I like her hair. Yeah, her hair is so beautiful. So what a beautiful hair. I don't know how to describe, but it's so nice. Okay. So fashion. Very beautiful. Okay. And then I'm gonna to let it go. All right. So every time I do this, yeah, we feel. You feel well. I feel. I need to calm down a little bit to make a new one, so I will not miss the one I just erased. I try to forget about it, and then I will focus on the new one. Alright, so let's make this dry and clean. Okay. Now yeah, let me put this well. Okay, so this is our chalk. So we're going to use this to draw an eagle here. So I would like to make the eagle in this boundary, within this bound area. Now, so I can draw them in a very good position. And then I have to decide if I put the eyes on the center, right here. No, let me draw it higher. Oh, let me see. Okay, right here. I assume that's big eyes here. Okay, and I just measured and found that this amount, it goes like this direction. It goes. It looks on this direction, right? And I figure out that this is the half. To his break, half, or you can say 1 to 1 to his back hair. Okay, so let me see if I put her back right here. I turn it this way, right? And then this is the mouth, and he got a mouth like this. He's got the eyes, and this is the half, and probably this is the half, another half. Okay, right here. And then these are eyes, forehead, and his beak, right on the top up there. So his beak. This is the age. So got his beak turn right here. So you got the breaks like this. And then his mouth, his eyes, his mouth. That's, let me see. Half and half. Half and half. Right here. So he got mouth here. And Oh my God! Whoa, yes, crown, raven crown. Yep. The nose. Okay, so don't worry. We're going to draw a new one. A new eagle here. Today there's a nose, muscle, and then there's a brick, that big. Okay. And then this is a turn this way. It's this around, and then go a little bit curve here. Let me see. You got very straight. I think it's going like this. All right, this is the bottom of the nose. This cheek, jaw, and cheek here, and then it goes in the center here. And this is her body and neck right here. Okay, so her hair goes like this. Okay, go this direction. And his mouth here. And his here. Okay, let me see if everything correct, everything right. Half, one, and one, let me see, one. If I make this, okay, it goes this way. Right here. Okay, so I don't talk because I need focus on the shape of this eagle. Okay, let me check the other proportion. This and go eyes here. So right here is about Yes. Yes, it's about right. Yeah, wow, we got a lot of questions here. So let me see. Wow, you bow. Thank you for just people that love the world. Yeah, I'm from China. Yeah, actually from Taiwan, as long as they were. Okay. All right. So, yes, we speak Mandarin here. We speak Chinese here, but we have a lot of friends from all over the world. So I can use some English to talk to some of you. If you have any questions, you have any comment, it's all welcome. All right. So this is the eagle we're going to draw today. So he got a big eyes and okay. So we have this sketch ready. It will not take too much time, right? So I can say that how I make this eagle, I just make a proportion. First I decide the center of the face. So I make her eyes as the center. So from the center point, and I found from the center to the back of the head, if you measure one, and it is exactly the same as he goes to from the center of the eyes, the pupil, you can say that, to the brick. It's about that size. A little bit difference, that's fine, but not to make a lot difference. Okay, so this one and one. Okay, one right here, one and one. If you're not going to do it right, you can move it to the center. Okay, so I moved that a little bit here, probably better. One and one. Here and right here. Let me see. Here and here. All right, that's good. That's good. And then I found this is one, right? And I also find this also, it just decide how wide it is, but how tall is the face, is her face. And I found from the forehead to her neck is about the same. One and one and one. So you see there's a center, but this is not always right to other animal or other subject you're drawing. So you always have to find out the proportion and the position of your subject. But basically, you have a principles that because the eyes is so important in our drawing of animal portrait or people or people, so we can decide how where is the eyes, and from the eyes we can extend to the boundary, to the edge, and to other face features to find out where they are, compare or relative to the eyes. Okay, I hope I explain this to all of you. Michi Costello. Oh. Richard Ryan Costello. Ooh. All right, thank you so much. Like your comments. That's great. Okay, so we have finished the sketch, and we think the proportion is okay. And the eyes, let me see. Yes, right here he turned her neck, and we will blur this area because he's a American eagle, white hand eagle. All right. Okay, then the second step, the following step, we'll do layer by layer, step by step. So what's the next step? 我们的下一步呢，就是决定光跟影。Okay, so now I'm going to give some light. So now the light coming from here, so you can see from the top, or even I think from here down. So he got a very bright side above, right all here, very bright. Okay, so I try to draw it because this my what is this 画架 what is the easel? It's not stable. I am not doing this against put it on the wall, so it will. You see, it's flipping. It's moving, so you cannot push it a lot. With too strong chalk here, it will make it, movable, unstable. Okay, so this is the light, and the light is still very strong here. Then this part is a little bit weak because it's a cheek, but here it's a jaw. The jaw is much above in the face, higher, so you receive more light. Okay, and then you got a very strong light here and here in the back. And got very light, very strong light here, but here you cannot see that many light, much light here. It's all dark side here. So this is the shadow. Okay, so you probably have a image of this eagle, right? This is the mouth, and these are eyes below her eyebrow, and the eyes on the eyebrow, and the circle here. This is the mouth, this is the jaw, and this is the neck. Here you don't see a lot of light. So now you can see this eagle there. It's more dimensional. It's more 3D. You can say that. It's more. It's full of volume because it's a solid. It's not empty lines, just lines. It's like you can see through the lines. You can see in our sketch. You can see through the background. Now with this chalk, which means light covered, you cannot see the background unless there's nothing there, so you can see the background. Now you have see the foreground. What do you mean foreground? Foreground because it's close to us. So there's a two grounds, background, foreground. So there's a depth here. So that's the light. How the light and shadow means to our drawing. OK， 这就是我们画立体画的时候，把透明的一维的一个 dimension 的这种线条，一维的，它是平面的，你看到是平面的，它没有立体感，没有体积，没有这个存在的这个物质。但是如果说你把光放进去之后呢，因为它本身是存在的，所以光线上去之后，它就会有了形体，我们叫 form， 形体，而不再是一个 shape，shape 就是一个平面，所以这是一个 form。So this now I make it as a form of an eagle, not only just the shapes. You see the outline is a shape, not only just a shape, it's a form.OK， 所以它占了一个空间，所以看到后面是空的，前面是前景，所以我们讲说背景、前景或主题，背景、主题、前景。那前景呢，也可以说包括我们这个主题哈，因为它在我们前面呢，所以我们把地跟图分开来了啊，这个地图我们叫做地图效应，这后面是地图，背景，你这个图主视线凸显出来。So I'm sorry, sometimes I speak Mandarin. So if you don't understand, that's fine because I will repeat that in English if I could. Okay. Oh, I can make it as easy as possible. So now you can, if you see from the start of how I compose, how I do this artwork, I have several steps here. The first one, I sketch that with lines only of the eagle to make sure their structural proportion and made them as the basic structure for our next layer, next step. So on the second steps, I introduce light and shadow to make it more three-dimensional as a very rough distribution. It's not much detail because I will not give too much consideration on the individual features like mouth, eyes. I just make it roughly over there. Okay, so that's the second step. I give an overall light and shadow distribution. So you see this, and this. If you blink your eyes, blink a little bit, you see they are quite similar in light and shadow. Of course, I have to make the nose here. So he actually has a mouth right there. Okay, let me see how. I don't want to make her nose too far. Her nose here. I don't know. Just touch the eye. Okay. All right. I think he's gonna round it a little bit. I make this divider here. Okay, that's a structural problem. No problem. Then we can fix that later. Okay, that's I explained. Those the second steps. I spread some light over my sketch to make it more dimensional. Okay, now I'm going to do the detail, light and shadow and textures and structures of the features of the face features, which are eyes, nose, mouth, her breeks, and her neck, her ear. If you can find it, well, we cannot see it. So I will make this first, then I will go to rendering the face, the head, the forehead, and the neck, and the body, and the other side, other part of the subject. All right. Okay, let me see. This goes this direction, so I just want to make it nice look. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the detail. So here I start from the eyes. So the eyeballs here actually is that big, right? But the upper part of the eyeball is covered by his eyebrow. So eyebrow, the bone here, the forehead here. So we can only see a part or half, maybe less part of her eyes. So you got this, and the black is the pupil. So it goes like smaller, smaller, smaller. So you're going around. Don't put too much chalk at first. Just make a slightly, like a very easy, loose sketch. You just want to make sure the light, the structure, and the proportion, and the light correct. Okay, so this is the forehead, eyebrow. Okay, and then he covered this with eyeshadow, this shadow here. So it's black here, and he got probably half of the eyes are covered by her forehead. And this is her cheek. Oh, you can see that this is that below her eyes. And he got the eyes, he got a circle around here. Eyelid or what? Right here. And you cannot see there because it's covered by shadow. So there's something around there. And he got the hair all go this way because the wind blew this way when he flies. So all the hair goes to the back. Okay, so now I put little feather, small feather with my chalk and go this direction. Okay, so we will do the face features first. So I leave the hair for the back of her hair later. I leave this part later, and I move to the ear. Oh no, not the ear, to her nose. So this is her nose. This is her forehead here. Right now I'm trying to find the position here, and he got a nostril here. Okay, so he got a nostril like this around. The brick, so his nostril looks like brick, very hard plastic. Looks like plastic. We don't know what it's made of, but it's so hard. Okay, so you see, this is a nostril, this nose, cover, and connected to his brakes. So this is the brakes. So we have to make it this brake. Usually this is much higher. So you go this, right? So when as you go down, it's a little bit weak, but on the top. Make it round. So make a very light layer of chalk to represent the light and shadow. But we do this as use the chalk as a light. So we will light up the subject little by little. So we move very slowly. So the first layer we will not push very hard to make it very bright. We just make the gray shade, gray light area here. 刚开始我们不会画得太亮啊，我们只给一个基本色，灰色调、中间色调作为开始。Okay, so this is the nose, and this is a fat. What do you call this? It's hard to tell, but it's there. I don't know how to explain, but it's there. Right, and then this is her lower brakes. It goes this. So you got this bright. Okay, and now you just make a very just gray shade, mid-tone. You can say that's middle tone. It's not the bright, very bright. This the black is the darkest shadow, and we have the chalk. We make the chalk as a light, so it goes from the very dark to gradually to lighter areas, to lighter shades. Okay, so you can see that because light is coming down from this, from top. So all here, the edge are so bright, much brighter, and it turns gray or turn to the shadow when it turns away from the light. Okay, so this is the lower side, lower bricks. You can see there's the lips right here, okay? And then he got the mouth open, not open, just go here. This is the upper lips. And then these are lower lips. So it goes like this. Make sure that the direction is the structure is right for you. Okay, and usually his lower lips is much higher than his upper lips. Okay, and this is the hair. A very, very narrow jaw and cheek here. Okay, and this is the mouth, lower part of her mouth. This is the lips, and this is the jaw. goes down, goes there. So her face, he got one color here. 1, 2, 3. They are different structure, but with different feather, with different boundary. Okay, so you can see that this is like a head, this is like her cheek, and this is like her jaw area. So they're all different feather, and we can handle that later. But just keep that in mind. We have to deal them differently, okay, in different way. So now you have to see it's right over there. So now I'm going to do the hair and the face. So I'm going to do here, right? Because it's the forehead. You got the light here, very bright. And he got the feather stand up. Right here. You can fix a little feather here later, but you just leave some stroke there to remind you that you have to handle that. All right, so he got a few feather here, and then this part is the forehead, the brow area. He got a lot light. So this part very bright. It goes all the way up. This is the top of the hair, and then he turned this way. This is the end of here. This is much, you know, the feather here, he got a very sharp end, tips of her feather. So you keep them very sharp. Go down. Just make a shape there. And then he move to the forehead. So his hair, he got a bright white and black feather overlap each other. Okay, so here you got more light. So this is her head. I can make a shape like this. This like her head. He's wearing a hair. So he can fly, she can fly. Like the pilot, they have their helmet, right? So he need one. 他需要一个安全帽，所以这个头上的是帽子。好，到这上面呢，就到了脸，脸呢就不戴帽子，脸上是另外一种短的羽毛，但是呢是往这里走。确定呢这边有一个分界线啊。So he got her hair divided right here. So he got eyes, a shadow on the eyes, and this is her eye. Okay, you see the light. You see the shadow. This is the pupil. Okay, and then move to this forehead, the head over here. Go like this. Now I fix this part. Alright, the face, they're all short. Hair, you can say that's hair, not feather. Like hair, so small. From here and spread all over her cheek. Give some strokes, give them some direction, so you know how they grow. It goes like this. This from the center here, it turn around. And then all this little feather or little hair connect right here. So let me show you that. This is her nostril. Now I'm drawing her nose. So he got the edge here. Yeah, we can make that later. So now it's all mixed. That's fine. We fix that later. Okay, so this here. And then we have the mouth, the lips here. Okay. Okay, now this move to here. So all the little feather here goes this direction to meet the longer feather behind. It turns this way, it goes this direction down there, right? So you draw down this one feather here, one here. The feather, you know, the feather goes longer and bigger on the back. So these are very small, and then it become much longer. So you're a little less. You have to, you know, what can I say? Make it longer. Make the stroke longer on the back here. In the front here, you don't move that long. You move this part. It's a short hair. Okay, so this, and then this turns long hair, one by one, stroke by stroke. So they are overlap each other. So they have a light area, they have shadow casting on those leather on the bottom or below. So these are hair, feather, you know, like a scalp. So they have one cover one. Okay, step by layer by layer. So you have to make them looks like that way. Okay, so you can see that's one stroke. I get one here. I have the tips on the end. Then I have another one under it, and I have other one under it. So I move down all the way down. So he got another hair feather in this area. This is on the neck, on the back. Okay. All right. So I need to draw the face here. This is more little, very intense hair on the face, right? This area. And he got a shadow here, okay? So that means he got a back, what do you call this? This part, and then this part. Okay, very tough to explain in English, okay? That's not my native language. Okay, go here. We got a light here. All right, so now you see that's the eagle. All right, so I keep moving. So this part, we got a bright. So this is her. Jaw. A little bit higher. So he got a turning point here, and he got a feather here. So all here gets shadow, turn to the shadow. This part very bright. So then there's a shadow here, and then things to change. This is another layer of feather. Actually, it's not really new stuff. This turning from the light. This is the age of light and shadow, right? So you got some shade here, but you got much lighter hair. All right, so we turn this way, turn this way. So all here, very bright. Okay, he got a feather like this. Here one, and this one. He's an American white-head eagle. So he got a head like this. He got all white feather on the top, on her head, and a black body. There, so you make the feather, the end here. Okay, so you have the shape here. So now you have the light. This is the light area. You can forget, you can make this blur because we have a boundary of our drawing. So this is going to reach our limit. So you don't have to make that very clear. You just make it blur. So focus on the face, and all this part are supporting all the postures of the ego. So we got a very light here. Yeah, thank you, Ethan. I see you again. Okay, so this comes here, feather. So this is another feather. This is a feather here, but they are bright, right? Remember, this part is much bright, and then he got the hair. Make them different stroke, okay? So even it's all white, but they'll have different structure and shade. So don't make it evenly white. But when we just starting our rendering our light and shadow, we just do the light gradually, step by step, moving from dark to light, but not in one step. We have to make a few steps. So we from the black, most black. If you give the number of 10, then the light, the most strong light is 0. So it's from 0 to 10. Now I'm going from the dark 10 here, like the background, like the eye here. Now I'm moving to the light. Now it's about 50%, 5. I have not yet reached 6, 7, or 8, or even 9. I mean the strongness of the light, of the bright. So this is one part here. So remember, we got different layer right here, so you can see this is one layer on the back, okay? So he got a shadow. I make more shadow here. So you see, so this is another part on the front. So this is all the shadow. And this is another part. So you see the shadow here? So this is one feather, and this is the other. Below this part of feather, and it goes to the back here. And there's some connection here. Make it higher. You have some reflection here. Okay, now we cover most overall her face. We have covered all the light and shadow, so we cover all the light and shadow. But it's not, it's just the basic, it's just starting. We have to make it more detail with more variation of the shade. Make it more interesting. Okay, so now we cover everything. Usually we take a little back, rest back, and then we will judge if everything is okay for us to move to our next layer or next step. Yes, try to draw your amazing animal is one chalk. With the chalk, one chalk, you can make so, different shades with one shade, from dark to the bright. Okay, so it's not like the chalk you see in the school that teacher just use that to write their lectures or the whatever. They don't use this to draw, but we can use this to draw a very good, realistic animal. So this can be used on the little blackboard on the store and business, right? You can make it a nice drawing, nice illustration there. So you see, we only finished like 50%, as I said, and now I'm just finished 60% of it. You have already have an overall look like the eagle here, because we make a miniature image of this eagle. Okay, how much time we spend now? Well, we have been 1 hour. That's fine. Usually I will reserve 2 hours to finish that. But actually, sometimes I do just 1 hour and then I finish. If I don't talk, if I just draw, probably better, or easy subject, simple subject. But this eagle is not easy. It's not as easy as you see. It's really somewhat complicated. All right, now I'm going to do the facial features in detail now. These are another steps to make our chalkboard drawing. So we start from, thank you for your tap. Okay, tap, tap, tap. I receive your heart. I receive your likeness. Your likes. Thank you. Tap with your likes. Thanks. Yeah, that's my thumb. Right thumb. Okay, that's my ego. Only like a 40% light up. I need to make it more realistic. So see what we can do next to make it more beautiful. Okay, so now we can start from the eyes. So I'm decide how big is the eyeball. So this is the eyeball. The shade of the eyeball is so dark on the edge, and then he got the pupil here. But before that, I have to make her his eyeball round, and I make the pupil black. It's also around, and then I know his eyes turns round like this. Okay, I make the shape. Okay, you see, that makes a difference because now it's more clear, more visible to you, but it's not yet done. I have more to do. Okay, so it's right here. And because the light's coming down here, so he got a, not overall white, you have make a difference, variance. So he got a much bright. He got the upper side a little bit low gray, reddish gray, dark. But he got a pupil, he got a bottom of her eyes here, the edge here, much light. So I make this white. So now it's more dimensional. Why? Because they have different line and shade. Oh, let me find the chalk I need. Okay, I got it. Okay, anyway, this one, I think. Okay, I make this bright. Oh, use this one. This is not too good. I make this part bright. I make the edge here very dark. So his eyeball is that the shape. This the pupil here, and this the shadow. So dark. Okay. And then he got a eyebrow here. Actually, you got some shades here, but you cannot see that so good. So you have to make this dark. He even got the radiation here, so he got eye, some texture on eyes. Yes, you don't need it to do it, but you can make it. You need it because it's a dimensions around. It's not just a flat shapes. It's round. So it's like a ball. What do you mean ball? Ball. That means they have different refractive of light. If it's just a flat piece of paper, they receive the light evenly. So you draw evenly black or white, like the background. It's all black, right? But you have some reflective lights from the top. So you see the black here, much brighter, and goes down, it's more black. So there's a little dimension here, but for the eyes, it's a ball. It's not just a round shape, it's a ball, eyeball. Okay, I try to make it clear. So why I spent so much time here? Because that's a very important part to show ego's expression. So you have to make it very good detail. Okay, a lot of detail, not very detailed, a lot tension. Okay, and this is I circle here. He made a shadow right there. Oh, this is an eraser. Okay, eraser that help you to remove the chalks. So sometimes you have to remove the chalk because there are too much of them, overlap each other. So you have to make it, to fix it with the lift, to make them black. Some area is stark black, so you have to remove the chalk. Okay, so you see. So now I have the eyes ready here. I got a gray area here. There's a little feather around here. So this eye here, okay, is a lot small. Hair. So this is the top. I make some feather here, bright, lighter. Okay, and then I move some feather here, some reflection light here. Okay, now I move to the nose. So this is a feather. Okay, so I got feather here and move down. And this is her face. Is a little feather with a lot black and white feather. Actually, he got a lot hair here. Small hair, but you don't know do that. You can make that later. And now I'm going to do the very important part as well, as important as her face, her eyes, is what we call the nose. Okay, so we got the nose here. So you got nose go around here. It is much light here. And I make this part, this is the shadow of her eye, of her nose, not so. Okay, a little blur on the top. And then this is the nose. And it goes like this. I need to fix this part. Okay. I'm going to make this round. Okay. And now I have to make this part a little bit blur. And this the mouse. This part is much brighter. Right? So this part, yeah, it's too dark, right? But actually, it's not too dark, but it's the edge between the nose and the mouth. Okay, so I have to make it an edge here. I take away some chalk, not too much. Okay, so now this is the mouth, and this is the lips. Okay, now this part, the mouth. So the mouth like this. On the edge, of course, it's bright, but not the brightest area. The brightest refraction is about this area. So you move that part much brighter with the edge a little bit weaker, a little bit dark. And the center, right, this part, make it bright, and then it turns to the shadow. So even it looks like overall white, but they have a very tiny change, variation of the light. So this part is weaker because the light cannot, because it's usually it's a strong and a fat base of her brick, right, this part. And now it goes to his bricks. So the edge here actually is back of the light. The light's coming down from here, so it's not so bright, right? But he got a brick here, he got a texture here. So I make the textures here. That's where they have their mouths separate. So this part is very hard. And then you got some refraction here, make the edge. So now I have to make the edge right here to make the circle, the curve. So I have to move the chalk here. Then I have to make the tips. With a nice curve. Multi-layers, yes. That's right. We are doing a lot of layers, just like you. If you're familiar with a computer drawing, you know, some like a Photoshop or Painter or whatever drawing software, they handle the complicated drawing with layers. Okay, so you just do layer by layer. Usually when we do the detail on the portrait of the animal or any subject, we just go straight layer by layer. Each layer have different structure, textures, light and shade, light and shadow, and different details, because you have different focus on the different layers. So you can separate that according to how you used to, how you divide it, how based on what criteria, okay, based on what factors. So if you consider light and shadow as a measure, the most important factors, so you divide your layers on different light and shadow. So the first is black, so dark, and the second layer a little bit like 20% brighter, and every 20% bright area you make a layer. So you have a very, then when you finish, you have a very, very good expression of the light and shade, because you will use a lot layers of light and shadow. So it's all based on how you decide the layer, what layers are different from other layers, how you define your layers. Okay. Okay, so this part is fine. So let me see how much time we spend. Okay, so we finished this part. Now we are going to do the lower brick here, because it's round. So he got a light here. And then he got a shadow right this area. Okay. So you see? So this is a light casting so dark here. Then he goes here. Making very little light connection here. Make some light here. Okay, and then he got a little bit light here. So you can see this is the shadow of the upper lips right here. Okay, this is the mouth, how they connect each other. I just touched the other camera on my studio. All right, then what's next? I have to do the mouth. So this is the mouth here. This is the connection here. So this is round, and this is connected, and this is the mouth. The mouth goes down like this. Very delicate here, so I make it slowly move. Also, he got the lights here. Oh, man, I always touch them. Okay, so I have to connect this. So he got some light. And shadow is here. Okay, then it's a lower lips. Okay, now it goes to mouse divider here. Make a slow, small, invisible divider. Not right here. This is the lower lips, the shadow. Make the divider not so strong. Just make it end up for you to see. Then that's good enough already. Okay, make the shade interesting and more shades here to make it more dimensional, and the structure as well to make the structure more clear, more better, and their shape in their area. What it looks like, should look like. It's a round, it's square, or it's what. So you have to make the decision. How to make the structures good enough. Hello, Ethan. I'm thinking about from other objects will reflect on the ego. Yeah, you have a different image. You have a different photo. If you have, probably you don't have an ego as a pet. If you have a dog or cat in your house, just light them with different angles to see how the lights different changed. So the lights coming down here, you see the shadows here, right? So let's make it looks like this. You can make the lights from the back, from this direction, or from here, or from here. I have not seen many from the bottom, but most on the top, on the right. You can go from the front here. So you will make the shadow even longer here. And this bright, much lighter. So yeah, if you have some real subject there, you just light it up with different angle to see the difference, to see the change. Okay, all right. So we finished the mouth, the beak, and the lips. Now we're going to do her hair, forehead. All right. So he got. So I will not touch much of this here. I will touch more here, because I'm adding more light. So this will be much light, more light. So I make it bright. The forehead here. And here. And the edge of her forehead here. And then the back here, I think it's much light. Give some spotlight here. So the edge. Remember, this is the shadow here. So I need to give some shadow here. So this the edge here much lighter, but it turns to gray, and this brighter. All right. So this is a divider. This is the top head, the cap of her hair. I hate this. It's always moving. I don't have a fixed or stable background to support my blackboard. Oh, it's moving. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So if I put on the wall, I can make it strong move like this. Because sometimes you need to push very hard to make the bright. And freely, with free hand. So you don't have to hold it like this so that will make me feel I'm not free enough. So I should let the hand go, and I go this. Because I have a different, a few years ago, I have a different studio. Then I hang all the blackboard on the wall. So it's so strong fixed. You can hit it without any worry about that. It will falling off. It will fall down, but not this one. I just put this on my table. You see, I put my easel here on the table, and that's the wall. And so I just have a stand like this. So it's not easy. So if you are drawing, make your chalkboard steady, so you can show it very freely. Okay, now I'm adding light here and here. Because it's not a little flatter here. Make the edge here. Much light here. Okay, so I got hair. Okay, now I'm going down to the neck here. this part should be very dark because there's shadow here. Shadow casting here. Okay. Alright, then I can make this. Okay, let me see. Some light here. Okay, now I've handled this part. Let me. Well, you can do that either way. I make this part first. Okay, so this not so bright, but you can see them. Going down here, you can make a little fade outs here, because this is not the most important. This not the on the boundary of our painting, our drawing, so you can make it fade out. Okay, and then we need to focus on this part. Okay, so this one layer part. So this is a very tiny intensive hair on the neck, but it's still on the top. You cannot see they're all mixed together because it's too strong. The light is too strong. But when you go down, you can see they can separate to different cluster of the feather. They are different, stroke by a bunch, by different branch. I don't know how to use what English I can say about that. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, so the light coming down here, and there's a light here. There's some very weak below them. Okay, and then the bright. Make some change over here, the direction change, and the shadow changed. So this part will be more dark and goes like this, and this more straight. Okay. I use my fingers as eraser sometimes. Okay. All right. Yeah, we have not. Well, when you see the reference photo, yeah, they have a lot with full of all the details. We are not making that details, because if you take a close look of her feather, you will see he has a lot black feather goes, right? You see a lot of black feather there. So if you want to make your drawing better, you can draw all this black. You see, especially on the bottom of here. You see here leather feather. It goes a black. Black, and like leaves, they have some vine, or what do you say, vine, some black hair. So yes, we can make that even looks like that. So how we do that? Yeah, yes, Ethan, you're right. Yeah, make with your spotlight, you go different angles to light up your subject, your drawing. So then you will see a lot different mood, because you have your light setting differently, right? Okay, so if you want to make this more interesting, then every feather on the end, they have a black and here actually he got the black feather all over the place, all over her face. So it's a shadow. So right here, you got a lot smaller and black feather. So as her face got a lot small, tiny hair. Because right here, this is the age right here. Keep some age here. Okay, I think we covered most of the ego, the face, and now I'm going to make this a little bit flat. Okay, now. So I'm going to finish our drawing now. So I make the black as black as is possible. And then this light shadow here. This is the pupil. And then he has a very important light refraction. Now I'm going to do that. He has, let me see. He has a reflect light right on the top of the eye. So I'm gonna to give a light right there. Okay. So the light, the shadow down there, move down. Right. Need to make his eyes more interesting. All right, that's the eagle we are drawing today. Oh, let me see. I think this too. I'll make it smaller here. Okay, done. So that's drawing we did today. But I think I need to fix a little bit of her mouth here. Actually, you have a lot of work to do every time. You will see a lot of things you're gonna to change sometimes. But you have to stop somewhere. Don't overdo it. Okay, now make this flat. but it seems like he got, well, I think it's much smaller. So now I make a very bold change. I make his brick more sharp and smaller. And make her mouth lower, bricks longer. Yeah, this is the chalk. If you're first time in our channel, this is the chalk. Make the bricks longer. Okay, so it makes it so take a final look before I end this drawing today. Okay, so I have light here. See, notice that the light here, the edge here, right here, right here. So you have a very tiny divider here. Make it slowly, not to erase all of the chalk. Leave a little bit there. Okay. Some light on the skin. Make it shiny here. Solemn. What is solemn? Solemn. I don't know that. Sorry. I hope I understand that. Okay. So that's a drawing today for our beautiful eagle. And I hope you like it. I hope you everyone, if you never seen our channel, please subscribe to our channel so you won't miss a lot of chalkboard drawing of animal every other days I do here on YouTube. And then this channel is called We Answer. My name is Watson. So I hope you enjoy the drawing today. So you will see another one day after tomorrow. Okay, so let me know what you like to see, you like to draw, and then we will see if we can do that, right? If it's not difficult, too much challenge, if it's something I'm familiar, I have confidence. Actually, you don't have any confidence, you just draw. Okay, every time you surprise yourself because you finish some drawing, you feel, oh, good. But when when you start drawing, you say, oh, this will be very tough. Actually, well, not. You just draw it, then you will solve the problem. When you draw, you will try to figure out the problem, and then you solve the problem. Okay, so keep anything you like to see from this channel, or any other kind of animals, or wildlife, or everything. Thank you. Ego, yes. So thank you. I'm leaving now. So we have spent 2 hours. So hope everyone here to subscribe to my channel, and then we'll see you again. So thank you. Bye bye. Don't forget to tap the likes before you leave. Likes on your right bottom corner of your screen. Come on, tap. Thank you. So see you. Bye.